Hi friends, happy Sunday. I hope you're enjoying this really nice fall weather. Maybe you've just been more excited to play outside because it's not so hot. Maybe you went somewhere to pick apples or pumpkins. Whatever it is, I hope it's bringing you some joy during this season. So today we're going to talk about Ruth, and she has a whole book in the Bible. It's 4 chapters, but I'm going to show you real quick. So we have Judges that ends over here, and then we start Ruth. Woo! So that's where it is in my Bible, and yours too. It's right after Judges if you want to read it later. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're just going to talk about Ruth today and her story, not directly read everything because it's long, even though it's 4 chapters, and I want to make sure that you make it through the whole video. So we're going to talk about that faithfulness that's found in Ruth because we're talking about ways that people in the Bible were faithful to God and how God was faithful to them. So when we first meet Naomi and Ruth, Ruth is married to one of Naomi's sons, and Naomi's husband and Ruth's husband, they both died because there's a famine in the land. And a famine just means that there wasn't enough food, and people kind of died back then because of that. And they were both really sad, and Naomi wanted Ruth to return to her mother and not worry about her anymore. Ruth says something really amazing, and it's probably one of her most famous just sentences in the entire Bible. She says, "Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God." I believe this is one of the first ways we see Ruth's faith in action. It would have been much safer and easier for Ruth to just return to her mom and go back to the place she grew up, but she didn't. She's putting her full trust in God. She's staying with Naomi, and they're traveling to Bethlehem. Woo! And they're going right at the beginning of the barley harvest. It's kind of fun that we're talking about barley harvest because some things are being harvested right now, like apples and pumpkins. Woo! Anyway, Naomi and Ruth, they travel to Boaz's farm. He's an important guy coming up. And when they arrived, Ruth asked if she could glean the field. Now, to glean something means that when Ruth was in the field, she would pick up what was left over on the ground that the harvesters may have dropped or missed. So she picked up all the extras. So that's what it means to glean. That's very important to remember. And when Ruth was working in the field one day, Boaz saw her, and he saw something really special in her. And he made sure that she had some extra care. She would be safe, she wouldn't work alone, and she would be cared for. Ruth was just so surprised by all of this kindness from Boaz. And we can see evidence of God's faithfulness through Ruth's story. She suffered a great loss. Her husband died. She could have been real angry with God. And she didn't have to go with Naomi to Bethlehem, but she did. She could have went home, but she went to Bethlehem. She trusted God completely. Through Ruth's trust, she was protected and cared for by God through Boaz's kindness. And Boaz is often remembered as a family redeemer, and that just means that he helped Ruth's family, and he made sure that their family life was better. So at the end of this book, there's a very happy ending. I can't decide if I should tell you or if you should read it, but it's in Ruth 4 if you want to read it. Ruth and Boaz, they get married. Now, something I like to remember or just think about sometimes is like Ruth's story is kind of like the Cinderella story of the Bible. Yes, the shoe fit. Not really. It was just kind of like the barley worked out. And she married him, which is fun. Anyway, so some people that went to their wedding, they kind of prayed this blessing over Ruth and Boaz, and their blessing was that they would build up the family of Israel. And I really think this prayer is so cool because even the people around Boaz and Ruth believed that God was going to do amazing things through them. And this story is just full of ways that God is faithful. So I just wonder, what is your favorite part of the story of Ruth and Boaz? And how have you seen God working in your life recently? What are your wow God moments? So I would just encourage you to spend time thinking about that today. And if if you want, you can just read all of Ruth, because it's only 4 chapters. In my Bible, it's just like 2, 3 whole pages. So I would encourage you to do that. But God is faithful. He was faithful to Ruth through Boaz's kindness. And they're remembered throughout the whole Bible, which is really cool. So God is with you, and he is faithful to you in all things. So I hope you all have a happy Sunday. See you later.